right, let's go. So I'm just going to tape for a little while, and then I'll pick and choose.
Okay.
So let's start with, what is working for you?
Let's see. My classroom culture is very strong. It's I think one of my strengths, which is allowing me to be more effective in teaching and getting quick on catching the scholars. And like yesterday, I called 2 scholars as soon as they came in the classroom that you could kind of say they was bickering, and I just called them right away. I was like, you step outside, like immediately, and kept the other scholars working on their do now. And so they were able to step outside real quick, and I came out and I redirected them real quick, and they was right back in the classroom in like, in minutes. And so I'm getting better with that, quick on my feet with them, like knowing what works with this scholar and how to address another scholar. Because at first, I was kind of not, I should say, I guess, some things work for some scholars, and I figure, okay, that doesn't work with this scholar, so I got to approach them a different way. And, some scholars, you can have the tough approach, and some scholars, you have to have them have a cool down. Like Mayana, I noticed her, she has to have a cool down before she can be redirected, because she's not going to hear anything. And so I let her, step outside and get a cool down, and then when she's ready to process of what I'm trying to say, then that works for us. So I'm building that up.
Tell me, in terms of when you think about your instruction, what's happening instructionally. So one of the things that I've seen consistently is the flashcards and learning the states and capitals in their regions. So tell me a little bit about what's happening there, and then what else is happening, because I saw what I saw the other day was a really strong lesson on geography. More a broader look at geography instead of just states and capitals. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, the states and capitals is pretty much only with the do nows. So now we worked on all of the states and capitals. So now, actually, October 23rd is the big grand states and capitals with its location, and the top class that has the most 100%, they get the pizza party. And so everybody is, that's about 3 weeks. So everybody's kind of working towards that. And so every time they come in with the do now, that's what it is. And so that's not even like really a lesson, because it's something that they have to.
It's ongoing.
Right. And so, October 23rd is the big.
I like
everybody's looking forward to, and the classes are competing with each other. And the top class will get the pizza party with the most 100% scores.
So they came to you just not having any concept of states and capitals, right?
None. When I gave them a sheet of paper, some of them didn't even have Indianapolis, none. And then they put for Illinois, Chicago, so they were
all over the place.
Yeah, and so even after that do now, once they master that, and some students may have to keep retaking it over and over, doing the states and capitals as their drills, because I'm calling them kind of like drills now, so that they know that they can keep taking them over and over. We're going into the 7 continents. They don't even know they live in North America. They're like, what? They they don't have any idea. So we're going into that, and then we'll branch off into that. So with the 5 things of geography, we just did the projects that I was talking about, and this is the rubric that they based on when they did their presentation. So they knew if they had their poster board, they got 6 points for that. If they had the correct information, because we went to the computer lab for a whole week, so they had no excuse not to have information and things of that. And also they was able to print off, they was able to type, and I told them by a certain day, I think it was a Thursday, that I'll have anything that you want printed off, so that you won't have any excuse. If you want pictures, I was going to print them off for you. You just have to have it by a deadline. And so they got that done, and then I'm trying to get them comfortable with just speaking, and so I gave them 2 points for eye contact, value, and so this was just the breakdown. And then some people did music or had something extra, in one of the kids, they did a shoebox, and they had Canada with snow, and so that gave them extra. That's why I was saying the extra bonus 5 points.
Yeah.
And so that was with the project. And so on Monday we'll actually have the 100 points test for.
Okay, so their unit test basically over 5 things of geography.
And so that's with that. And then
tell me so as you think about, you with your 7th graders, their summative assessment is what? over is I-STEP.
Okay, yeah.
So all of them have an I-STEP.
Mm-hmm.
How is this your lead to that?
Yeah.
Or tell me how, because my understanding was more world geography.
Right.
So you're starting
right small, and then we'll build up into.
Okay. So have you
introduce it to them? Yes,
have you looked at it to see the blueprint to know where they're going?
Not well with the atlas. Well, I don't like the atlas that whoever was before me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was like the guideline, but I didn't actually like Google it and see like what was the whole.
So yeah.
Outlet. So that's something that I should.
Let's do that.
Okay,
We'll do that. So Friday when we'll have planning time on Friday, and so let's make a part of your planning time. Let's make that laying out that blueprint so you know exactly what they need to know, and because some of it's challenging world history.
Right.
Some of it's stuff they really will have to dig into.
Right.
In order to be able to pass this assessment.
Right.
So let's make sure we pay attention to that. So let's print that. Let's do that for Friday. Let's make sure we get that blueprint so you can see exactly what they need to know and where you need to go directly.
Yeah, because we're going next week after the assessment on Monday. We're going into how to read maps and different types of maps, like the physical map, the mind maps, and population maps, because I know that's going to be on stuff like how to read a population map and the shaded gray areas and different things.
Yeah,
so that's what we was going into next, but I'll definitely look.
And when you pull that, you'll even be able to pull you should be able to pull not only the blueprint, but some release test items. And then that'll give you a chance to see these are the kind of questions they're going to ask. How do I start to pattern my test questions so that they align with their test questions so that they're, because you've got, I think I'm with you, your classroom management is really strong. So in this lesson, I thought your no opt-out was phenomenal.
Thank you.
That was you went back to every single scholar who didn't answer a question correctly, and then at one point you went back to somebody twice, and I was like, okay, your no opt-out was excellent.
Thank you.
And your engagement is really strong. So those were two areas of strength. One of the things that I suggested, so my key lever was pacing. So how do you move that along a little quicker? And it's thinking about, I would suggest, so my first suggesting is the timer. Because you're not using a timer, you're just kind of timing it in your head. But how do you, pace that a little? So consider using a timer to help your lesson move along at a faster pace. Because what happens is behaviors start, for some kids, this is all new, but there are kids who know this stuff. So you think about like an Emily Franklin. If she's waiting on everybody, is that happening for her?
No, she's actually, with the project, she did get finished faster than everyone else. And so she was done with all like her research. And so she had like 3 current events that she was missing. So I told her to work on those 3 current events while she was in the computer lab. So I kind of adjust the students to what.
So is current events your early finisher kind of thing?
Well, no, this is something that's due every Thursday. And first, they didn't even know how to do a current event, so we actually did one together. And some of the kids, they still want to use the packet. So I told them, if you need a packet for Thursday, grab a packet, and it shows like who, what, when, where. And I also had to put in why is it newsworthy, because they were just giving. And I'm like, you need to know why is it newsworthy, and so. As well as like the details and then your reaction. And so when I made this little packet for them and then had like this, they were able to do the current event a little better than just saying do a current event, and then I had a rubric and they were just like, wait, what is it still? So I had to break it down.
And this is exactly what good scaffolding is. So this is it. So they didn't know how to do it. They're still getting that information. If I were, and then this is it, making sure they can summarize it. So at the end, how do you summarize it? But have you modeled this summary for them? And so now, have they gotten to a place now?
Yeah,
great.
More comfortable with doing it. Yeah, we did one.
Are you getting these consistently?
Yeah, now I am. At first I didn't, because I think even with the rubric, they were just like, I don't know how to, really do it. And even the ones that I work in, they were just copying word from word from a current event. And so now that I actually scaffolded and broke it down, they're able to actually get it. So now I am getting them. And they're like on it, like Thursday coming up, I need to, get my current event in. So that worked out because I broke it down.